Proper orbital velocity maintained. Exiting final atmosphere.
Switch to reserve fuel cells for firing check.
John, is anything wrong?
Looks like impurities in the reserve fuel system. We're gonna try a short blast at maximum thrust to clean them out. Now stand by below.
Impurities? There may be noxious fumes. I must get my gas mask.
All right, maximum acceleration. Full forward thrust, 1 minute.
Full forward thrust, 1 minute.
We're getting close to the speed of light.
Will it purify us? How dare!
58. 9. 1 minute.
Power off!
It's not responding. We're still at maximum acceleration. We're on runaway thrust. I can't slow us down.
I hit the emergency circuit breakers.
Warning, warning. Vehicle velocity now equivalent to speed of light. Velocity now increasing beyond EM radiation speed.
Oh dear. Where am I? Why does everything look so glassy? I must be underwater at the bottom of some terrible sea. William! William, wake up! Judy! Henny! Dear lady! Alone. I'm alone, the only survivor. How could they do this to me? Woe is me, alack and alas. Woe is me, whatever shall I do? Professor, Major, you too, alack and alas. Ah! Good heavens, what is this? A manta ray? A giant squeak?
Correction. I am a robot, as you will plainly see if you will remove your gas mask.
It's all your fault, you computerized card. What has happened to us? Where are we?
Good questions, Dr. Smith. Referring to your first question, I have sufficient data to conclude that runaway acceleration past the speed of light has carried the Jupiter 2 into hyperdrive.
Stop cackling and say what you mean.
We are not where we were.
I warn you, don't try my patience. Where are we?
Both visual and electronic data indicate that electromagnetic radiation at runaway velocity has brought us through a space warp to that solar system containing the planet Earth.
Earth? Did you say Earth? Where?
In colloquial terms, at 12 o'clock low.
What? Where? Professor Major, you're alive, thank heaven. He says it's Earth, but I don't believe it. Oh, don't torment me. It's an illusion, a mirage, a doomed man's apparition.
No, Smith, that's no apparition. That's our solar system. And that's Earth.
Earth. We're home. This ghastly nightmare is over. It is over, isn't it?
Definitely, and without a shadow of a doubt, that is Earth. Our journeys are over.
Are you sure? Quite sure that that is Earth?
Quite.
I knew it. I knew it all along. But I thought it would be so much nicer for you to find out for yourself.
Dr. Smith, you have got to be kidding.
John, what's the name of that outfit that might like to know we're still around? Beta, gamma, don't tell me now.
I think that they'll identify themselves once you've raised them on your Z-band.
Yeah, right. We better suit up for re-entry, too.
All right, I'll tell them over to the children.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Well, of course. Major, can I be of any assistance to you?
Just stand clear and don't hold your breath. This isn't going to be easy, Doctor.
Ah, Major, I have the utmost confidence in you.
Alpha Control, this is the Jupiter 2. Come in. Come in, Alpha Control. This is Jupiter 2 preparing for re-entry. Come in.
No luck.
No. We've tried every possible radio beam frequency we have. Also all the power we've got. Something strange is going on.
Well, is it possible that they've changed their communication system?
Could be. We've been away for a while.
We'll be hitting re-entry within 3 minutes. I want everyone on the lower deck and strapped in.
All right, come on, let's go. I can smell pine and fresh water. A pond or a lake. It smells like burning leaves like fall. Do you feel cold? Just happy.
Man-made buildings. And look over there, I can see the glow of lights from the city. Soon we'll be among friends. Oh, I'm so happy I could just shout. I'd like to do what Dr. Smith is doing. Oh.
Earth, sweet Earth, how lovely. More delectable than the rarest wine. Friends, countrymen, ladies and gentlemen, as I look about me at all your smiling faces...
Dr. Smith, there's no one here but us, so I think you'd better save your homecoming address for someone who has to listen to it.
Strange. I could have sworn there was a multitude out here. But no matter, William. Come along. Let us tread the friendly paths of Earth and see what we can see.
All right, but I think you two'd better stay within range of the ship. Both of you.
Well, we don't have any transportation, Mom. And you know how Dr. Smith is about walking.
Fiddle-de-fi, William. Come along.
Well, shall we go see for ourselves?
I can see a sort of gate over there. And a shack. Maybe there's someone there.
All right, let's go see what we can see.
A parking area by the look of it.
Yeah,
Did you check our Earth calendar?
as best I could. Give or take a week or two. It's the month of October, the Earth year 1999. This could be a weekend. Let's go.
Well, that's odd. It doesn't look as though there's been anybody here for some time. And yet, look, there isn't much dust.
Try calling the communication center.
What, on this? Well, I don't know. I've seen pictures of people using them, but I don't know if this will work. Hello? Hello, this is Maureen Robinson from the Jupiter 2. Do you read me?
Sounds like one of our alarm bells.
I think we'd better get back to this ship and report to your father.
Hello?
Anyone here? Yes, you were right. Must be a weekend.
Don, did you ever see one of those? Last time I saw a car like this, it was in a museum.
What's it doing here?
Beats me. Don, look at this.
Well, I was right. Michigan.
The year.
47. 1947.
What do you make of that?
This is Emergency Station MTG. All listeners are urged to stay tuned to this station for full minute-by-minute reports on the grave situation which now faces this area. At 2:35 this morning, an unidentifiable flying object was seen in the skies above Lake Superior. At the same time, all power and communication within a 200-mile radius of station MTG failed. Witnesses now report that the craft, which appears to navigate without propellers or steering gear, has landed in the parking area of a sawmill in Manitou Junction. All citizens capable of bearing arms are urged to report at once to the home of Joseph Cragmire on Willow Lane, Manitou Junction. It is believed that the occupants of the unidentified object are dangerous emissaries of a world not our own.
No.
You are listening to Emergency Station MTG. The time
time is now 3:15 a.m., Saturday, October 17th, 1947. Please stand by.
You hear that? Dangerous emissaries of a world not their own.
Yeah, I also heard the date, the year, 1947. The same as on that license plate. This car is new to them. And we're 50 years out of our time.
I don't know exactly what that means to us.
I know what it means to them. They think we're aliens.
Us? Aliens?
Yes. Let's get back to the ship.
Hold it, Charlie. If you shoot at them two, you're gonna have a whole slew of them piling out of that there blimp.
How many you reckon there are, Grover?
Could be a whole army of them. What they're made of, they don't take up no room. A Tales of Tomorrow story I was reading said they ain't nothing but electric shadows. And that there vehicle ain't much more. You put your hand on it, all you get would be a high voltage shock. That's what blew out our power when they're coming down here. In the story, they called them Voltones. That's what they are, I reckon.
Voltones, eh? Maybe we could blow out their fuses if we put the fire hose on them.
Here comes a couple more of them.
That's a pile of sawn lumber, Dr. Smith.
Yes, obviously for the construction of the reviewing stand, William. They always have reviewing stands for returning heroes, you know. Yes, indeed. I shall be here with the usual dignitaries on either side of me as the color guard goes marching by, followed by crack regiments, while overhead squadrons of planes come over. Now, look here. Look here, my good man.
Get your hands up. And that goes for you, too.
You don't understand, sir. We're not trespassing.
Get 'em up. Are you asking to be shot?
You realize, of course, that you will be severely disciplined when your superiors are informed of the indignities you are inflicting upon me?
Exactly how they tried to hoodwink folks in that there story, Charlie.
This here Voltone's a young'un, Grover.
Hey, that hurts.
Unhand him, sir.
You ain't an electric shatter.
Of course not. I'm human. That's our spaceship over there. Look, I know we've been away for a long time, but you must have heard of the Jupiter, too. Well, we've just come back.
Indeed we have, and covered with glory, may I add. Gentlemen, I should be more than pleased to overlook your misplaced and overzealous sense of duty, if you will be good enough to direct us to command headquarters.
Keep 'em up. You Voltones sure know how to spin a good yarn, but you ain't fooling us. No, sorry, not for a minute. Now you just turn yourselves around and start marching.
You may not remember me, but you must remember my father, John Robinson. We were on every video screen in the country when we lifted off.
I know all about video screens, young fella. Read about them in a mechanics magazine. But they ain't due for a couple of years yet. Leastways not around here.
What? There were millions of them, even way back in 1950.
Oh, that's a good one. 1950 ain't for 3 years yet.
What? Do you mean to say that this is 1946?
47's what it is. Now move.
Oh, good heavens, William.
Dr. Smith, we must have passed through a time warp. We're 50 years ahead of them.
I said move.
Oh, wait a minute, Grover. Look, they ain't electric shatters, like you said. They don't talk so different from us. Maybe we was wrong.
You think so?
Please believe us, sir. We're from Earth.
We are.
All personnel report back to the Jupiter immediately. I repeat, all personnel report back to the Jupiter
High time you arrived, you blithering bumpkin. Inform these ignorant busybodies who we are.
Don't come no closer or I'll shoot.
Don't threaten him, sir. He might blast you.
I ain't afraid of no Voltones.
I suggest we leave before those jokers really get me riled up.
Come along, William.
Inside! Fire into the lumber pile. That'll scare them off.
My sensors indicate that the hostiles are in full retreat.
Hostiles is right. Yes, I realize it would be tempting to stay and try to make them understand that we're not Voltones or whatever it is they call us. But no one, not here nor anywhere else in this entire country, is going to believe for 1 minute that our presence is 50 years in their future. Why, they'd shun us. Or worse, they'd put us in some institution to have our heads examined. No, sir.
Well, couldn't we sort of live apart? We've been on our own for a good long time now. We could make our own lives.
Well, on top of some isolated mountain, cut off from society, and with no hope of surviving into our own time.
Well, you're right, dear. I suppose we have to find our way back into the time in which we belong. Well, when do we go?
It'll take at least a half a day to fix our inertial guidance system.
Return to that dreadful desolation out there? Never. Why don't you understand? With our knowledge of the future, we could be the masters of this entire planet.
What's the use of being a master, Dr. Smith, if everyone thinks you're some kind of a kook?
Kook indeed, my dear, a king.
Forget it, Smith. We're here by accident, not design. And we're not taking over what isn't ours to take. Now, let's get busy. It'll be light soon. I want to lift off at 1600 hours. That's 12 hours from now.
Oh, sadness, oh, sorrow. They're throwing away half a century of priceless wisdom. How can they do this to me?
All right, let's have a little discipline around here. Come on. Fall in, right along there. When was the last time you fellas cleaned your pieces? We're not going possum hunting on this expedition.
Hey, Joe, when are we moving out, huh?
It's Captain Cragmire, till the enemy is licked and taken prisoner.
Yes, sir, Captain Cragmire.
Now then, when I was fighting the enemy at Chateau Thierry, I said to myself, Joe Cragmire, I said, fight like you never fought before. Because in his whole life, a man only gets one chance to be a hero. But we got another chance today, all of us, to do our duty, to hit the enemy where it hurts, to protect our homes and loved ones, and to show them inhuman varmints up there that us folks in Manitou Junction is strong as a rock, impregnable as a fortress, courageous as a lion. Hit the dirt!
We seen them, Joe! Them Voltones! Two of them come snooping around the sawmill.
Call me Captain when
Yes,
you address
Captain.
me, Grover. What'd they look like?
Well, they fixed up their faces to look like us, but they couldn't do nothing about their bodies. Their skin's all silvery like the underside of a speckled trout. Then 2 more of them come around.
Tell them about the big fella, Grover, the one with the electric shooting iron.
He was their leader, I reckon. Lightning come out of his arms. We both was hit. You should have seen him, Joe. I mean, Captain. Head big as a rendering vat. Arms big enough around like a honey locust tree. And the body the size of an elephant. All silvery, just like the others.
Charged with electricity like a power station. Shooting at him didn't do no good. We stayed out there till it was light. That big fella's still out there.
We got ourselves a dilemma, men. We can't get no messages out, and like as not, they'd spot a man if we sent him for help. Any suggestions?
Well, maybe we could lure them out one at a time, rope them, knock out their circuits with an insulated pipe wrench.
Yeah. Men, as Deputy Mayor of Manitou Junction, and in the absence of Mayor Ledbetter on a fishing trip, although I'll never know why you voted for him instead of me, I have just made a decision. For the protection of our community and the defense of our nation, we have formed ourselves into a squad of vigilantes. Now, all those who can throw a lasso, hands up. All right. Now, you men provide yourselves with ropes and insulated pipe wrenches and proceed to the sawmill. Your mission? To decoy those varmints out of their blimp and bring them back here alive. Now, the rest of you will patrol the town and keep this command post well informed of all enemy activities. I guess I don't have to tell you, I'd like to be up on the front lines with you. But being commanding officer, I gotta stay here at the command post and plan strategy, like this roping trick. All right, battle stations, men, and good luck.
This area is off limits to all Jupiter personnel until further notice.
For your information, I am no longer a member of the Jupiter Menage. My destiny is clear. It lies yonder among the worthy citizens of this backward civilization, which will, of course, develop rapidly under my guidance. Come along, sir. You will join me as my electronic aide-de-camp.
Negative, Dr. Smith. My destiny is also clear. It lies here and yonder.
Have you no imagination, you digitized dunce? This world is our oyster.
I prefer cybernetics to seafood, Dr. Smith.
Bah, booby. Spare me your feeble attempts at humor. Adieu.
I'm afraid the girls haven't reconciled themselves to having their hopes dashed. For that matter, I'm not sure I have either.
I tried to explain to them, but...
I know. Well, it takes a while for the heart to catch up with the head. It's a beautiful sky, isn't it?
So's the land. I saw it on the video screen. Cornfields, orchards with ripe fruit, pastures, birds flying.
Mom, would it be all right if we went over to the orchards and picked some apples? Look, it isn't far.
Well, all right. You run ahead, but be sure to come right back if you see anyone.
A promise.
I kind of like to have gone with them.
This area is off limits too.
I know. I'm looking for Dr. Smith. Have you seen him?
I have seen the former Dr. Smith.
The former?
He has returned to the 5th decade of the 20th century to fish for oysters.
You mean he went into town?
Affirmative.
I'd better go get him back. Come on, you'd better come with me.
My orders are to...
Well, this order supersedes all previous orders. Now, let's go.
Poor devils, they've all hidden themselves. They're all afraid of harmless little Zachary Smith. Oh dear, I must find a way to gain their confidence for Chuck.
Try and get a fix on Dr. Smith's whereabouts, Robot.
I have already performed that operation. My sensors now indicate that Dr. Smith is in there.
I don't see him in there, Robot.
Have patience, Will Robinson.
Dr. Smith!
So, there you are, you caterwauling cloud. I see you've changed your mind about joining me. I knew you would. And you've brought a young volunteer with you. Splendid. A very wise decision, William. And your parents will also think better of leaving once they realize how pleasant life is going to be for us all here.
You're all mixed up, Dr. Smith. We can't stay here. This just isn't our world. The robot and I came to take you back.
Ridiculous, I won't hear of it. I came, I saw, and I intend to conquer.
But Dr. Smith...
Grab them, boys! Here they are, boys. I caught them for you.
Warning, warning, warning!
There we are.
Hey, turn loose! Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
Forgive me, William, but I had to do this for your own good.
You can come a little closer. I mean, I'm not going to bite you or anything.
I'm not supposed to be here at all, but I couldn't resist taking a peek. You don't look very dangerous.
I'm not dangerous. Neither is he.
But you're Voltones. Voltones can assume any shape they like. They can even speak our language. That's what Mr. Grover told my father.
Well, Mr. Grover's wrong. I'm as human as you are. Oh, not him. He's a robot. The only problem is we got here 50 years too early. Will you please untie these ropes so I can explain to someone who we really are? Please?
I'm sorry, but I can't believe a word you say. Golly, you sure do act awful human, even though you aren't.
But I am human. I am. What's the use?
Yeah, I done me a mite of studying up on these here extraterrestrial phenomena. I reckon I can handle most of them.
Where did you say you was from, Chief?
Chickasaw Falls, Captain. Got me a good look at their vehicle in my astro telescope. I knew they'd be landing here, so I figured I'd just mosey on over, give you all a hand.
Yeah, well, we sure need it.
Now, mind you, I ain't saying that you folks ain't defending yourselves as efficiently as you know how. But I guess a little bit of my know-how won't come amiss.
Well, you sure know how to stop that big one, Colt. He plucked that there motor clean out of his hide.
Yeah, clean out of his hide. Now, Captain, no offense, but if I'm going to be of any help to you, I'm going to need full authority over your vigilantes.
Full?
Full.
Well, as captain and deputy mayor, I could appoint you a second lieutenant.
No.
First lieutenant?
No, it ain't good enough. It's got to be major or nothing.
Well, I reckon with your know-how, you outrank me. Major it is.
Stand at ease, Cragmire. Inform the rest of the battalion of a change in command, gent.
Yes, sir, Major.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is only the beginning.
What did you say?
Nothing. I'm going to interrogate the prisoners, Cragmire. Stand at ease.
Poor dear William. It cuts me to the quick to see you in such a predicament. But until you can face things realistically, you must be treated as an alien.
It's you who aren't facing things realistically, Dr. Smith. You know very well that Jupiter 2 won't leave without us.
Precisely, dear boy. Sooner or later, they will come around to my way of thinking and realize that one world in hand is worth two in space. William, if you will promise to give me your full support and cooperation.
Dr. Smith, please go away. You're beginning to bother me.
Bother indeed. Mind your manners, William.
These apples are so good I could eat them all.
Oh, we'll save some seeds and try growing them in the hydroponic garden.
Hey, you're a girl.
What did you think I was, some kind of a zombie?
Well, aren't you?
Oh, you people are so foolish. Look, all that happened is we landed here out of our time zone, and you people are treating us like hostile aliens. Please take this rope off. It's hurting me.
You know, you speak so natural-like. I could almost believe you. Apples. Oh, now don't tell me you Voltones eat those things.
Of course we do. And we're not Voltones. We're people, just like the rest of you.
Well, the way Smith felt about staying, I'd say he went into town to try to make contact with them.
Yes, but Will wouldn't do that.
Well, he's missing. So's the robot.
Mom! Dad! They got Judy! They threw a rope around her and...
Where?
Right outside, under the shed.
Good apples. Where'd you get them?
Over there.
Oh, Ed Jensen's place. It's lucky he didn't catch you.
Oh, is it any better being caught by you? Please, you know I'm being truthful. You've got to let me go.
I have orders to bring you in alive, but if you give me any trouble, I'll... All right, drop it! Drop it.
Oh, I tried to explain to him who we were, Dad, but it just wouldn't register.
Are you her father?
Yes. I'm also the father of a young boy named Will Robinson. Do you know where he is?
No, my orders were to come here and try and capture you one at a time.
Is there anyone else in the area? You'd better answer me.
Some scattered about.
Now, you listen to me. How we got here isn't important now. You wouldn't understand anyway. But we're leaving here at 1600 hours, and I want my boy back when I go. So I'm giving you 1 hour to get him back here. Or we're coming into town with lasers a lot more powerful than this one. And there won't be much left standing when we leave. 1 hour, boy.
You tried to be nice.
Yeah. Well, I never did trust those old-fashioned boys.
I still didn't understand why you decided I wasn't dangerous.
I didn't. The major said it was all right for me to feed you.
The major?
The fire chief. He's the one in charge of all the vigilantes now.
Figures. Look, he's really not a fire chief. His name is Dr. Smith, and he belongs with us on the Jupiter, too. Now, we've just got some silly idea that he'd be happier living here than with us where he belongs.
You mean he's a Voltone, too?
Of course not. There's no such thing as a Voltone. Don't you understand? You don't understand, do you? Look. You see this? I chipped it off an outcrop on the planet we were living on before we came here. Take it. It's not going to hurt you. It's just a jewel from another planet. Now, 2 years ago, when we lifted off for Alpha Centauri, that's a star.
2 years ago?
Oh. Well, to you, that would be about 50 years in the future. What's the matter?
I don't know. It's just that, well, if I do believe you and you really are telling the truth, we can never meet. At least not for real.
Oh, that's all right. You can keep that. That'll prove we met for real.
I hate to have to do this, but I have to tie you up again.
That's all right. You're just obeying orders.
Ah, yes, Cragmire. Manitou Junction will be the cybernetic center of the world. People will come from far and near to worship at the cybernetic shrine which we shall build here.
Do you figure them Voltones will do all this even when we capture them?
They will have no choice if they wish to survive.
Well, have you worked out a plan how to capture them?
I see no reason to believe that capture will be necessary.
Something's happened to your voice. You don't sound the same no more.
Not to worry, Cragmire. Just trying Manitou Junction's future on for size, as you might say.
Joe, you got one of their young'uns here?
Well, we got 2 of them under arrest, if that's what you mean.
Well, if they don't get their young'un back right away, they're gonna come here and blast Manitou Junction right off the face of the map. Now, that's what they told me.
Captain, round up your men. We march at once. Our mission is target Jupiter.
Yes, sir!
Alas, poor Robinsons. There are none so blind as those that will not see. But what must be, must surely be. Chickasaw Falls indeed.
How much longer?
2 minutes.
Well, if they were coming, they'd be here by now.
Now hear this, all Jupiter 2 personnel. This is an ultimatum. You have 5 minutes to lay down your weapons and surrender. If your vehicle is not evacuated and the order obeyed within the stipulated time, the Jupiter will be destroyed.
He's gone berserk.
You're wasting precious time, Jupiter personnel. My ultimatum was issued in your own best interest.
That crazy chump, he really believes that.
Yes, I think he does. Inside, come on.
Well, they're going back in the blimp. There ain't no point in blowing it up with them inside.
Never fear, the chief is here.
What about those guns of theirs?
They wouldn't dream of using them.
Say, how come you know so much about them, Chief?
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
All you people out there, listen to me. Now, whatever you may believe, or whatever you may have been told about us, none of it's true. We are citizens of the United States just as you are. Now, if you find that hard to understand, let me explain. It wasn't until the year 1970 that the United States first landed a man on the moon. Now, that's 25 years from now in your time. But 25 years ago in our time.
I don't get it, Chief. Do you?
He's trying to confuse us. Pay no attention to him. I'm warning you, Professor. Your time is running out.
I think we should get out the ship. In his present frame of mind, there's no telling what Smith might do.
No, stay here. I'll go out and talk to them.
Well, the time's about up. We're going to blow them up like you said?
That won't be necessary. Here comes one of them.
Smith? Whatever you've conned these people into believing about us, the fact remains that at 1600 hours we're lifting off. And I want Will aboard when we do.
Hey, Chief, how come he knows your name?
All these aliens have extrasensory perception, Cragmire. My dear chap, as you can plainly see, I hold the upper hand. For your sake and for the sake of your loved ones, I urge you for the last time to take my advice and order them to evacuate the ship.
I want my son returned.
Please stay. Half a century can't make all that difference to you.
It makes all the difference in the world. And if you're serious about destroying the Jupiter too, then you'll have to destroy us along with it.
Arrest him! We can afford to wait now. The others will come out directly now that we've captured the leader. This hurts me much more than it does you. But you'll feel so much better when you've reconciled yourself to the inevitable.
Fine, Will Robinson.
Good. Untie me so we can get out of here.
Affirmative.
There. Okay, let's go. Hey! Don't worry about the robot. He won't hurt you. He won't hurt anyone who's friendly.
I think you'd both better stay in the barn.
Well, I'd like to oblige you, Stacy, but we're headed for the Jupiter, and I don't think you can stop us. Where is everybody?
They're over there. They took the cannon from the town square.
What would they want with a cannon?
The chief said his mission was target Jupiter.
Target Jupiter? They're gonna blow it up. Come on, robot, let's go.
Wait! You can't go through town that way. The vigilantes are still patrolling the streets.
Is there another way?
I think so. Wait here.
Come out. We're not going to wait much longer.
Well, they ain't paying you no mind, Chief. What are you going to do? The men are getting hungry for their supper.
Is that all they can think of at a time like this, Cragmire? Food? I warn you, don't try my patience too far. Oh, please, be sensible.
Is it sensible to try to live in a country where you're not known? Where there's no record of your birth? Where the very houses we lived in haven't been built yet? Get with it. Use your head, Smith. You don't belong in this age any more than we do.
But it's Earth, sweet Earth, and I do want to live here.
All right, suit yourself. But you mustn't prevent us from leaving. Or are you afraid to be left here alone? That's it, isn't it? You are afraid.
I'm not. I'm not afraid. Oh, please, please order them to evacuate the Jupiter.
No, Smith. That's your job.
Very well, so be it. You have 1 minute, you hear? 1 minute. You have 1 minute to lay down your guns and evacuate the ship.
I don't think he's responsible for his actions anymore. I think we better do as he said.
It's okay now.
Where do you kids think you're going? Your father gives strict orders. All women and children got to stay indoors till the emergency's over, Stacy.
This is an emergency, too. Mr. Grover, we have to plant the scarecrow in Daddy's cornfield, or there won't be any corn come harvest time.
Well, hurry it up, then. Watch out for them Voltones.
You know, that boy's face looks familiar. Do you know who he is?
All boys look alike to me. Mischief makers, the lot of them.
Here they come.
How's it, your guns over there?
Well, Dr. Smith, we've done as you asked. Now, do you intend to destroy the only means we have of getting back where we belong?
Much as I regret it, madam, that is precisely what I intend to do. But believe me, dear lady, you will not be sorry once you've established yourself in this pleasant little community. Are we ready?
It's my cannon. You gotta let me give the order to fire it.
A child and his playthings. Proceed, Cragmire.
All right, men. Let's get it aimed right on the target. Ah, that's good. Now, load it up. Come on, hurry up. All right, now, this is it.
Don't shoot!
Stacy, what are you doing here? You get on home right away, do you hear?
You can't blow up their ship, Daddy. It's all they've got to get back where they belong.
Nonsense, they belong here with me.
Do you really want to belong here, Dr. Smith?
Indeed I do. It's a far sight better than anything out there.
Out where, Chief?
Stand by your gun, Cragmire. I'll handle the Voltones.
Sometimes I feel like that, too. But I don't think it will really work.
It will work.
All right, Dr. Smith. If you're that sure about it, I'll take the chance and stay here with you, provided you let everyone go and don't blow up the Jupiter.
Oh, Will.
Now, you don't know what you're saying, son.
I think I do, Dad. It'll mean for the next 50 years I'll be living here like the people are living here now. And even though I'd be kind of old the next time I see you all, I won't forget you. I'll be thinking about you and Mom and Judy and Penny and Don every minute. Is it a deal, Dr. Smith?
Dear William, of course it's a deal. With my extraordinary technical knowledge, and with a small assist from you, we shall initiate these yokels into the mysteries of space explorations before they even happen. We shall be the Einsteins of tomorrow. The mission is scrubbed, Cragmire. You may take your gun and go home.
Oh, now, look, Chief. You mean you're going to let these Voltones go after what you said they could do for Manitou Junction?
We don't need them.
Yes, we do. All right, men. This is it. Now watch the recoil. Fire!
Shoot!
I won't unless you try to prevent us from leaving. You think we're Voltones, aliens. Well, if that's what you believe, that's what we are. I won't try to change your minds. Let's just say that we came here, and when we found out we didn't belong, we left.
That's the way they feel about it, Chief. We better let them all go, huh? Oh, but don't you worry. I'll give you a ride back to your firehouse in Chickasaw Falls.
Chickasaw Falls, indeed! Wait for me!
Hey, you daffy! Come back! Come back! Voltones ain't gonna drop him off in Chickasaw Falls.
Yes, sir, Colonel. Right here in Manitou Falls. It had a crew aboard. Came right down into our parking lot. When it left, it took one of our own people along. Yeah, the fire chief over to Chickasaw Falls. Well, I can't say exactly what it looked like. Kind of like a plate. Or a saucer. Yeah, that's what you'd call it, a flying saucer. Yeah, yes, sir.
Be anything to what they said about being human beings like us. Could it, Craig?
I don't know, Stacy. I just don't know. But whichever, I don't guess we'll ever hear no flying saucers anymore.
Stay tuned for some exciting scenes from our next week's episode.
Next week, an evil space ruler seeks the services of a doctor.
Danger! We are on a collision course.
But don't just stand there. Do something.
Reverse thrust, full power. It's no use. The magnetic beam's just too strong. John, look out!
If our leader dies, your time will also be ended.
Your leader?
Our leader is the patient you will perform brain surgery on.
Do not call out. Will you come peacefully with us, or do we have to destroy everyone aboard this ship?
Is that really you, Dr. Smith?
Yes, what's left of me. Please help me.
Next week, Kidnapped in Space on Lost in Space.